Well, unfortunately, it looks like at this stage they've created a two-tier justice system, and they're going to let them off scot-free. And that gives law enforcement across America a black eye. But it's part of their national strategy to defund, eliminate law enforcement, keep them from having the proper equipment that they need, and putting them in such a role to where they quit so that they can create a national police force. And of course, as we mentioned a moment ago, that is where the speaker is headed. He's expanded the office of the Capitol Police to Miami, among other locations. And they're pushing their effort and their goal to create a national law enforcement agency that will replace local and state. And that's not what our Constitution provides for. And that's not what is in the best interest of America.
No, it's not. But think about this. You know, when we talk about that, we're sitting here and we're dealing with Afghanistan, and people have forgotten that we got this crisis on the border, and we got all these illegal people coming into the country, so we're letting people come into the country illegally on the southern border, but on the northern border, we won't let the what do you call those people? The Canadians. We won't let them in, but we let the people. It doesn't make any sense. Joe Biden.
No, it doesn't.
Joe Biden is one of the worst presidents we ever had, and he supersedes Barack Obama, who I thought was the worst. Barack was now is Joe Biden's the worst, Barack's the second, and Jimmy Carter's the third.
All Democrats.
Yep.
And you're exactly right. Afghanistan has now opened up a terrorist launching pad towards the United States right through our open southern border.
Well, but this is what I hope. Go ahead. I'm going to say something that's going to blow you up. Go ahead. I'm listening.
But the thin blue line, which is stretched so thin now, it's fixing to snap, is all that stands between them and us, and it's not going to hold. So we've got to do something differently.
Well, okay. So they open up the southern border to terrorists that are coming in, right? Now, this is the beauty of this thing. I hope that those terrorists head right to Washington, D.C., and those Democrat congressmen and senators that, they want to help the refugees. They want to help anybody but a God blessed American citizen. Where is the help for American citizens who are stuck in opioid dens in Kentucky, in Tennessee, where in the Appalachians, where we got fentanyl coming into these places, handicapping these people with drugs. You got poppy fields that they're growing in Afghanistan, and instead of paying the poppy farmers $3,000 so that and have them grow pomegranates, no, they just let them grow poppy, and because this is a multi-billion-dollar industry for some people. Now, I'm not going to say what people, but it's not the drug dealer on the street would have his teeth knocked out. Okay.
No, this is a money laundering operation for higher ups.
Drugs could not, if drugs could destroy America the way that it has, don't you think that Russia would have done this years ago?
Correct.
When we had the Cold War?
Correct.
These people are complicit in this country being taken down. They're complicit.
Yeah, it's like sheep being led to the slaughter, and it's time we wake up, Charles, because if we don't, we're not going to have a country anymore.
Well, I keep hearing that. What are you hearing? I hear that, but,
Well, here's what I hear, Charles. I hear that same analogy that we've got to wake up. I'm beginning to hear people say, okay, what do we do next? I don't know that we've identified a specific plan of action. One of the things I'm proposing, and you'll see this on the website, is we have to have a plan of action to, first of all, shore up that thin blue line that's fixing to break. We have to have our citizens being willing to say, look, we will stand with our first responders toe to toe and support them and make sure of the fact that we are going to take our criminal justice system back. We are not going to stand for a two-tier system. Equal justice across the board. But until we start doing that and we actually start pouring out into the streets, isn't it interesting what's going on in Europe on the COVID vaccine? They don't just talk about it. They're marching down the streets, hundreds of thousands of them. Till we get to that point in this country that we're willing to march and do the same, we won't see real change. And the line will break and America will no longer be free.
Well, we see that's why they want to confiscate our guns. You know, there's a big thing. The big thing in Afghanistan right now is that Taliban is going around confiscating guns. Why?
Correct.
Because they don't want the armed rebellion. They don't want the armed resistance. The first thing Joe Biden did when he came in office was talk about confiscating our guns, taking our guns. Why do you need guns? You don't need guns to defend yourself. You have the police. Well, we know that the police don't have to come and protect you. We know this.
Correct.
We know this. You know, when I tell people constitutionally that the Supreme Court ruled that the police have no constitutional responsibility to protect you. And I've had cops say, well, that's not true. And they go in, I said, listen, dude, you can say whatever you want to say. You can think whatever you want to think. But the law says, and so in Chicago, this is how the policing goes in Black neighborhoods. They come after the crime has been committed.
Correct.
So they get a call and they can get there while the crime is in what do you call it? In
progress.
In progress, but they take their time and they get there after the purpose gone, after the crime's been committed. So I understood this when I moved to Chicago in '97. I had a couple of incidents, and I asked the police, "Well, how come you didn't come? You were right down the street." Because I saw them, and they said, "Well, we had to get more police officers than just the two of us." I'm going, that's bullshit. Bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Bullshit. This is what I'm thinking to myself. Bullshit. So what I did, because I'm me, I teamed up with the CAPS people, the Community Action Policing team, and I told them what I was going to do, which was I was going to confront the drug dealers in my alley and tell them they couldn't work there. They couldn't do their work there, and I did, and it worked.
I love it.
So it worked. But when I went out there, Michael, I went out there with my little friend called a Tyrus PT 99. Okay.
It worked every time.
Went out there with my little friend. Okay. Because see, people like that, they understand one thing, and that's violence. And we have too many people today who try to act like, it's like, I'm not Martin Luther King. I tell people, hey, they expect and I'm a Black conservative, right? And I hear people go, well, Charles, you have to respect the police. Hey, I respect the police. I'm a Black man in America, though. Shit, I've been pulled over. I've had guns pulled on me 12 times on traffic stops. I have young women who say to me that a young woman I used to date, I dated her for over 20 years. And the thing that she remembers most was us getting stopped on our way skiing and a cop pulling a gun on me on a traffic stop. We got skis on the back of the car. And this guy, hey, it's a Porsche, okay? It's Porsche. We got skis on the back of the car. We got ski gear in the back seats, And this guy comes up with his guns pulled. Dude, I mean, really?
Unreal.
And the guy apologized, but he came up to my car with his guns, with his gun pull. And I'm like, what's going on? And he said, well, someone got shot tonight. I'm just trying to get home. Hey, I understood that. Hey, I'm trying to get home too.
Right. But there should never be two different tiers of justice.
But there's always, my thing is, I don't mind, Michael. I know that police officers are human.
Right.
And police officers make mistakes, but don't abuse. It's like this guy, Colvin up in Minneapolis, who had his knee on the neck of George Floyd. Dude,
right.
the dude is handcuffed. He's on his stomach. And when I hear people talk about, well, he really didn't put any pressure on him. You know what I tell people? I try to do a little exercise from time to time. And if we're in an area where we can, like if we're in a gym or something, I say, lay on your stomach. Okay. Put your hands behind your back. Let's hold your hands behind your back. Now let me put my knee in your back and see what happens. Oh my
Right.
God! I didn't know it felt. I can't breathe. Oh no! You can breathe. You were talking about George Floyd couldn't breathe. You know all these other people who were put in this position. They say I can't breathe. You didn't have any empathy for them. Now you hollering you can't breathe.
Right. You've got to have been there. You're exactly right.
But we have too many people today in America we have too many girly men in America, and we have too many women who want to be men and they're still women. We have a effed up society, dude. And the
We
men,
really do.
I am tired of these men trying to act like these women are our equals. They're not. There may be some males equals, but we need to start raising more men, dude. We need to start raising men.
Desperately needs men, and it desperately needs at this stage leadership. You were talking about Obama. I understand that Biden has just announced that he's going to release all the prisoners from Gitmo. So, talking about exporting terrorism into the U.S., here it comes.
Well, I hope they head to the White House, bro.
I agree. Maybe you and I, Charles, can make up some signs and put White House 10 miles this way.
Exactly. Hey, fly into Reagan. What is DCA? Fly into DCA and take a cab over to the White House. See, not all
cab rides.
All of this madness with the illegals and the stupid. It's like these CEOs. See, one of the things that I do is if I call a company and they have their call center in the Philippines, or I get this foreign accent, or in India, I try everything in my book to get rid of. I eliminate that account.
I agree.
Okay, and I eliminate it for two reasons. One, it's taking jobs away from Americans. Two, these people don't understand English; they speak broken English. Three, it's just unpatriotic as far as I'm concerned.
I think that's a crucial aspect. It really is unpatriotic. Here we are trying to support America, making America great, and that's not the way we go about doing it.
But they're getting ready to bring all of these people in. They're getting ready to bring thousands of refugees in to compete against Americans and give them jobs. And they don't resettle these people in no ghetto. Okay.
Correct.
These people are going to be settled in nice homes that you and I and the average American would love to be resettled in.
Correctly.
I mean, is this crazy? But see, that's why they had to take Donald Trump out. Donald Trump was what? About the people.
It was about, and he had common sense.
Well, all I can say is, people can castigate me. They can try to criticize me for supporting Donald Trump, but I'll take Trump any day over any other president that we've had for the last 70 years.
Yes, I will agree with you wholeheartedly on that one, Charles. It's interesting what we were just mentioning. Out of the people that they have brought to America so far, they've looked at that list, and 100 of those are on the terrorist watch list. So Biden administration has already granted us 100 people brought in who are on the terrorist list watch so far, and the count will be growing.
I just hope they head. You hear me now? I hope they head to the White House.
We're going to give them every encouragement to do so, aren't
we? See, people think I'm playing, man. I am serious. I am tired of the stupidity. I am tired. See, there's a saying that Whitney Young used to say. And Whitney Young was, as far as I'm concerned, he was a very effective civil rights leader and hero. But of course, people want to acquiesce to Dr. King because of his appeasement bullshit. But Whitney Young would say, a person's liberalism seems to be in the direct proportion to the distance they are from the problem.
Correct. You're exactly right. And distant from the problem now.
So you look at Ted Kennedy, who's the lion of the Senate. Well, yeah, he's the lion. He's the liberal of the liberals. Ted Kennedy doesn't know anything about poor people. Ted Kennedy doesn't know anything about carrying a wallet. I remember a guy. There was a guy named. Shoot. He started BET, Black Enterprise Magazine. Cliff Graves. Cliff Graves was a Green Beret. He lived in New York. Somehow he got connected with Bobby Kennedy's election team when Bobby was running for president. He said Bobby Kennedy never carried a wallet. Can you imagine that? He didn't carry a wallet. So that means he didn't drive. He didn't buy things. He never carried a wallet.
Yeah, of course, he lived with everybody else. Maybe I should try that philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, well, he had people to take care of him. So out here on my chat, we're talking about end the war on drugs now. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Drugs don't threaten freedom. Prohibitions do. Okay. Love my 38. 38s are out, dude. They don't stop nobody. You need at least a 9mm, at least.
Yeah, nowadays I think I use a 45 myself.
Well, 45. They have the thing about the 9mm is they have increased the efficiency of the ammo, and so you're getting about the same performance from a 9mm that we had with the old 45, which was designed to knock a man down. And that's hard for me to believe that a 9mm is going to knock a man down. But I've seen a 45 knock people down, dude.
Every time.
And the only thing about that 45 is it only had 8 shots.
Yeah, they should have changed that nowadays. A little bigger clip would help out every time.
Yeah, but if you put a bigger clip in, how do you keep it from jamming?
That's a good point. I don't think they worked that one out yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, so I know a little bit about guns, huh?
Yep, quite a bit. I'm glad to know that you do too.
Say again?
I'm glad to know that you do too.
Yeah, we do. We know a little bit about guns. Let's see. Can't wait to see the old man on a snowboard. What is that all about? Generations is fixing to lose the Social Security. Social Security will be around. They ain't going nowhere. See, plus more rounds. Okay, so these guys are chiming in about having more rounds. They wanted more rounds in the 45. But look, was she shot with a 9mm with the service revolver? Was it a 9?
It was a 9mm. Yes.
And I just don't understand though why this one person climbing through a window was shot, and somebody's trying to blow smoke up our ass and tell us it's perfume. Well,
you got to look at the narrative they're trying to accomplish. It wasn't going as dramatic as they were hoping for. They weren't, the insurrection they were looking to describe. They weren't busting things up, shooting things around. So they had to create something. So they authorized, that officer had to be authorized to make that shot and make it sound more dramatic. And instead, it took a life that was unjustified.
Well, but my point is, there were men climbing through the window. How come they weren't
correct?
Shot? How come they weren't shot?
And that's why it is an unjustified shooting. I don't think there's any way they can defend it. That's why they don't want to release the transcripts. They don't want to release any of the records. They want it to go away. They quietly were hoping that by clearing him, nobody would notice. But we have noticed. And we're not just going to take it without dissent.
Well, and the other thing is, not only that, they're taking it without dissent. Think about the fact that we still got people coming across the southern border. The immigration problem hasn't gone away, but a judge came out and ruled that they have to reinstate the Trump policies of leaving those people in Mexico. Isn't it amazing how the Mexicans could sum up their military when Trump said, "I'm cutting that money off"?
Yep, isn't that amazing? See, Trump knew how to just like with Afghanistan. This would have never happened with the Taliban if Trump would have been there.
Remember, General Kellogg said he heard Donald Trump tell the Taliban negotiator in a very undiplomatic way, if you interfere or if you hurt an American, we are going to destroy the Taliban, just like we did ISIS. See, right. Everybody forgets that ISIS was taking over, man. See, when Trump campaigned, he never campaigned on his record. He killed ISIS. He stopped China from becoming the #1 superpower. He stopped North Korea from shooting missiles over Honolulu. What can I say? He stopped the Chinese from attacking our military and making runs on our military. And he said, look, if they challenge you, shoot their ass down. We'll deal with it later. Correct. And no Chinese came up and, made move. Trump's like, shoot them down. We'll deal with it later.
Yeah. You notice they didn't attempt, as they had done with Obama, they did not attempt to make any move to seize any boats in the Iranian waters either.
Right. But we got old Joe Biden. Joe Biden's only interested in one thing, and that's enriching his pockets and his family. That's it.
Yep. And doing it quite effectively. And we're standing by, allowing nothing to happen.
Let's see. Tom from Baltimore says he's talking to Kid Rame. He says, I cry now. Just paid a lot of money into the Social Security fund over many decades. Social Security ain't going nowhere, dude. I'm going to live till I'm 95, and I'm going to take out your Social Security, my Social Security, everybody's Social Security. I'm going to have Social Security, okay?
You believe that?
Well, it's not going to go anywhere, and it shouldn't. We spent literally trillions of dollars in Afghanistan. The question is why? But see, this is what nobody really talks about. We gave hundreds of millions of dollars to warlords, from the local warlords on the block to the warlords in a community, to the warlords in a city, to the warlords in a district. We have given to the warlords in regions. We've given hundreds of millions of dollars. Nobody says anything. But when we ask for money to build a school, we ask for money to build a new school in Chicago. We can't do that.
Right.
Especially if it's in a black neighborhood. No. We can build schools for illegal immigrants because they won't bust their children out. Anyway.
Well, that's one of my frustrations with this particular subject, Charles, is we've spent trillions of dollars in Afghanistan, yet we can't afford to outfit our first responders with the equipment that they need. Isn't that tragic?
Well, yeah, and it's by design. How do we prioritize? Trump prioritized by what? Making America first. And you people who didn't vote for him because you didn't like the way he talked, you didn't like his orange hair, you didn't like the fact that he worked his ass off while Obama said publicly, yes, I'm lazy. It's the Hawaiian in me. He gets to work Barack gets to work at 9:00. He takes his first meeting at 11. Then he goes to lunch at 12 to 2.
That's exactly right.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. Barack Obama was the worst president we had till Joe Biden. But, let me ask you this. What are you feeling around the country? What are you seeing around the country in terms of this response to Joe Biden? Because, he's a nice guy. But what are people saying who are Democrats? What are they saying about this guy?
I think they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed the fact to even admit they supported him now. I think it has gotten to the point where I don't think he's salvageable. I think they're going to have to do something. He's lost the confidence, and not just, of course, he never had the confidence of the Republicans, but he's lost the confidence now of most of the Democrats who supported him, and I think they see that it's time for him to go. They view him as just what it really is. It's a shame, but he doesn't know where he's at, Charles. I think his dementia has gotten to the point now to where he can no longer function in anything, much less the presidency of the United States.
Well, when he stumbled back to that room yesterday, I don't know who his barber is, but he needs to cut all that. That he looks like an old white man. Trim that damn hair, trim it up, something. And he turned around to walk, and I'm like, damn, he looks like an old poor white man. Trim that damn hair.
There's no question. He's got a mess, and you can just tell. You ask, what am I hearing across the country? I'm hearing from people saying this is a joke. What are we going to do to fix it? Therein lies the key. What are we going to do to fix it? Of course, we know that the election had plenty of false ballots in it to begin with. It's time that we just rectify the situation and take our country back the way it's supposed to be.
Well, when you say that, people call you a racist, a white supremacist. What do they call me when I say that? I'm certainly not a white supremacist.
Well, I thought they might try to classify you the same way, Charles.
Well, they could, but until they look at me and they listen to me, and then they say, well, he sounds more like Malcolm X. And by the way, he looks a little like Malcolm, but I believe in self-determination. I believe in this country. I believe in the right to pursue the American dream. Those are things that I believe in. And I have served my country. I don't talk about it like Sean Hannity. I don't talk about it like Liz Cheney. I don't talk about it like Dick Cheney. I actually put on the uniform and raise my hand to the Constitution.
Amen to that, a fellow vet.
That's all I can say, my brother. So look, man, it has been a privilege and pleasure to have you on with me. Get some of those vests to these guys in Chicago because we need them. What's your website again? What's your website?
Invest USA, INVESTUSA.org. .org is a charity, but I would encourage your listeners, check out the website, help our officers make sure that they know they're protected and that they have your support.
And that we love them. We love them.
Yes.
Did you see the love and affection that was poured out to Officer French? Hey, guys, we're going to sign off Red State. We'll be back, but we're out there on YouTube. If you guys want to come over to YouTube, the Reality Check with Charles Butler over on YouTube, you're welcome to come over there. Check this out. Okay, so you guys, see ya. We'll circle back tomorrow. We got a great guest coming on, so check us out. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But what I was telling you is that they need to show our first responders their support. Just what you said, for Mayor Lightfoot to have done, I call her Beetlejuice, to have done what she did, not to have to perpetuate that there wasn't time to honor a slain officer who left behind a 2-month-old child is just preposterous. I mean, they have no business being in public office. But I'm glad the community made up for that difference. Instead of the lack of leadership there from the top, the community poured out and showed their support.
Well, the community loved her. She's a great person. She's a great person. I remember an incident because we didn't know her name. We didn't know who had done this. There was a black lady who the police broke in her house. It was the wrong house. They got her out of her bed. She was buck naked, had her handcuffed, buck naked, handcuffed, standing there. All these men running through her house, knowing all the time they have hit the wrong house. Okay. This woman is standing here buck naked in the nude. Officer French, who got shot, walks in, unhandcuffs this woman, takes her to the bedroom and allows her to get dressed and sets her down. And so, and talks to her. Okay.
That's decency.
And the woman said, Officer French, she was so upset that Officer French had been killed. She said she was a great person. She was a nice person. And she told that story. She didn't have to tell that story. Al Sharpton still today has never said that Donald Trump helped him start National Action Network. He told me that out of his own mouth.
See, that story's never been told, has it?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it has, it hasn't, but he told me, Al Sharpton told me that Donald Trump gave him the seed money for National Action Network. That's all I can tell you. Hey, bro, that's all I can tell you. I'm just a country boy from Pontiac, Michigan. Hey, what can I say?
Well, you got two country boys on the air today. I'm the same way,
So, man, I am looking forward to tomorrow, and tomorrow is really going to be my last day because I'm going to my 50th high school reunion.
Wow. You're dating yourself a little bit there, Charles.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
So am I.
You know, there's a lot of us didn't make it. You know, we grew up in a turbulent time. Grew up during the civil rights movement. And you know, like I said, as a kid, I saw the police. As a kid, I saw the Detroit police come out of a police station, grab my cousin who was walking to our house for Sunday afternoon dinner, grab my cousin off the street who weighed maybe 125 pounds at the most, two big ass cops over 6 feet, take him to the police station, beat the crap out of him for a day for nothing.
Wow.
And to this day, man, you know, that's why I'm against. I went to sniper school, and I went to sniper school for one reason, and that was if I ever got abused by a cop, and he was never justice, I never received justice.
You could do justice yourself.
Right through that scope, brother.
Yep.
200, 300 yards. Because, but see, what I don't condone are these effing morons who run around shooting cops just because they're cops. Bad cops, right. I don't have a problem with a bad, like black criminals. Dude, I am the most vehement opponent of black criminals that you'd ever want to see. I don't give a shit about black criminals. I don't care if cops beat black criminals, because 9 times out of 10, statistically, it's more like 8 times out of 10 or 9 times out of 10, these men have done something to another black person who's law-abiding and hardworking. Like I remember a couple of years ago, this lady was walking out of a grocery store, and these 2 black young men ran up to her, pushed her down, took her groceries and her purse. Now, if I had been there, dude, I would have capped that ass, okay?
I hear you.
But that's what has to happen. People have to start taking, not being vigilante, but they have to protect their own property. You know, I get tired of this narrative. Oh, if you protect you're a vigilante. Oh, you're gun happy. No, I'm protecting my property. Right now, what I'm trying to do is establish a scenario to deal with the gun violence in Chicago. So anyway,
right.
Anyway, my friend,
that seems to work the best way to do it. I think you got the pattern down.
Well, yeah, all I know is that you have to meet violence with violence, especially with ignorant people. You cannot talk to ignorant people. They need to be put down like the ignorant dogs they are. And if you don't do that, then you're constantly on the defensive, and they make you feel that you're on the defensive because you're not on their level and you don't understand their problems. You know what I say to that?
What's that?
Bovine. Get up off your ass like everybody else. Life is hard. Like as Frank Sinatra said, pick yourself up and get back in the race. Now, your favorite president is on TV talking about we need to invest more in cybersecurity. You know, is it me or is it every day? I'm looking at President Biden, and I swear today he looks 10 years older than he did yesterday.
He does. That stress is getting to him quick.
I mean, man, I'm looking at this dude. I'm going, is that Joe Biden? And then I read the foot thing, the little foot thing. I'm going, yeah, that's the president. He looks older today than he did yesterday. I mean, he has these big, thick, white, eyebrows, and I'm going, dude, what happened?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Exactly. I think he has gotten older quickly because of the bad decisions that he has made.
Well, Bob Gates said without any apology that Joe Biden never made a correct foreign policy decision in 40 years. And so that 40 years turned into 50. So it's 50 years. He hasn't made one. And this is evident. The Taliban is evident. The border, you know, you can call the border national security, but it's certainly a foreign policy issue than having all these foreigners come here and telling people down in Honduras and Guatemala, if you make it to the border, we'll take you in. Don't worry, we'll treat you humanely. They're putting these people up in Sheraton Inns in San Diego, and Hiltons in San Diego. Do you think we can get a little vacation like that?
No.
I mean, what is wrong with this country? And you know what really pisses me off is when I hear liberals talk about we need to be more humanitarian. Well, what about the damn humanity to the people who are living in ghettos? Why not tear down these ghettos and rebuild affordable housing? Okay? Block by block. Hey, wait a minute. Block by block. So you take those families out of that block, you warehouse them in a hotel, bust the kids back and forth to school, build the houses, boom, put the people back in them, and tell them you will take care of this house. But people want to take care of houses, but they don't want to. You know, they move into a house is roach infested, rat infested. You got guns going off all like in San Diego, man. I can tell you, there are. Downtown. One of the reasons I moved. I moved for 3 reasons. Politicians, policies, and people. And I knew I couldn't beat the politicians. I knew that the policies were killing me, and the people are just absolutely whack in terms of how they think. Well, if I protect myself, the police are going to get me. Who would think like that? Who the hell would think? But that's how they condition you. That's how they condition you to respond. I found myself responding that way. You know, if I shoot this guy, they're going to come. True story, Michael. Christmas time. 911 call. They're playing this on TV. 911 call comes in. Black man, old black man, real weak. He said you could hear this chomping at the door. Chomp, chomp, chomp. And the old man said, if you come in here, I'm gonna shoot you. I got a gun. I'm gonna shoot you. And you hear the door give way. Bam! And then the old man hit him 3 times. Pop, 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 pop. You hear the body fall on the floor. He said, I told you I was gonna shoot you. Do you know those damn policemen arrest that old man? Do you know those fucking policemen arrest the old fucking man for defending himself?
That's uncalled for.
And that's what they talked about on TV. Well, yes, we arrested him and we took him down to the police station. We're not going to charge him for defending himself.
Yeah, I mean, they should have given him a medal.
But they didn't. But my point is, that's how when we start talking about pathology, when we start talking about programming, that's the Chicago mentality. And it permeates the people. I'm not one of them. I don't care about criminals. I don't care if they die. I don't care if their rights are abused. I don't care. I want them eliminated, eradicated. Anyway, what can I say? I'm done. Hey, look.
We've enjoyed the show. We obviously our set of mentalities are very much alike. Yes,
they are. So look, man, I got to get you back on soon. I want to thank you for taking the time to spend with us this great day, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
You do the same, Charles. I really appreciate it. Enjoyed your show, and appreciate the job you're doing to help make our community and our country a better place to be.
You too, Mike. Take care, buddy.
Thank you, the fellow veteran. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. He said we're gonna go to break, and we'll be right back.
Hello, this is Dan Perkins from America's Cannabis Conversation, and I'm here to talk to you about how you can take responsibility for your own health. CV Science products that can help you empower yourself against the COVID-19 virus are CV Acute and CV Defense. The Acute product is taken at an early onset of feelings of discomfort and works over 3 days to assist your immune system to fight off the virus. The second product is CV Defense, which is taken daily, and it helps to optimize the power of your immune system to fight off this virus. Recently on my program, I had an interview with Dr. Michael Lewis, who's been in public health for decades. I asked him about personal responsibility, and he said,
"You are responsible for your own health. Don't count on the government to provide you with a magic pill or a magic shot for your health. That is your personal responsibility."
If you want to empower yourself and take control of your health care, go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info and take care of your health care.
Okay, we're back, and I just wanted to say that had a great show today. Had a lot of fun. There was a story that I ran across earlier in the week about I think it was an Obama appointed person that is said that the immigrants have to stay on that side of the border. So let's. But I want to listen to Secretary of State Blinken and what he has to say about the Taliban. Let's play this.
And some inclusivity in a future government. And I think it's in our interest, where possible, to support those efforts. Going forward, we will judge our engagement with any Taliban-led government in Afghanistan based on one simple proposition: our interests, and does it help us advance them or not? If engagement with the government can advance the enduring interests we will have in counterterrorism, the enduring interest we'll have in trying to help the Afghan people who need humanitarian assistance, and the enduring interest we have in seeing that the rights of all Afghans, especially women and girls, are upheld, then we'll do it. But fundamentally, the nature of that engagement and the nature.
Wow. Amazing, isn't it? Just amazing. Right now, Larry Elder is pressing to become governor. Let me tell you, Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, I see. I don't know if he had the sex change or not. I hear he got his junk cut off. Then I hear he didn't get his junk cut off because he said he's going to transition back to a man in 2024. I don't know, and I really don't care. But he was leading, and I'm going, man, that is really bad. They had a guy who was the former mayor of San Diego. Total dud, right? No personality, just dud. I'm here. I'm a Republican. It's total dud, right? Larry comes along. He's blowing it up. I love it. Larry Elder. People are so scared that he's going to become the next governor. They're running scared. And they call him a right-wing putnip in the mold of Rush Limbaugh. And his slick is offensive and outrageous. And over 3 decades in the business, he's minted a Oppo research gold mine of misogynistic and racially inflammatory sound bites that would seem to his doom in projects in a state and prospects in a state where Democrats outnumber Republicans. The thing is, he's telling the truth. So you can call me misogynistic, but I'm just telling the truth about women and men. And I will say that there are differences in women and men, and women cannot stand up and deal like men, nor do they respond or react like men, period. Their reaction time is slower. They're slower. Now, you have men who women exceed, are better than, of course, but not the cream of the cream. It's like Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs. Bobby Riggs was 40 years her senior. Bobby Riggs was never the number one tennis player in the world. Billie Jean was ranked 2. When Bobby Riggs played the number one women's tennis player in the world, Margaret Court, the month before he played Billie Jean, he killed her. 3 sets, waxed her. She couldn't hold a candle. Bobby Riggs owed Vegas $100,000. He threw the game to Billie Jean. Okay? and the rest is history. I wish I could find where Bobby really threw that. Anyway, the state's voters passed Proposition 13, a revolt against property taxes. Yeah, it's okay. They also passed Prop 187, which denied public services to undocumented immigrants. They passed Prop 209, which prohibited affirmative action in public sector. They passed Proposition 8, the ban on gay marriage, and the reversal by the Supreme Court paved the way. Shouldn't have been a reversage. You know, there is no marriage between a man and a woman. I mean, a man and a man. Marriage is between a man and a woman, period. Man does not decide that. God does. Okay. You can also thank us for the Reagan era, the last time we recalled a not particularly likable Democratic government ended up with the Terminator. That's at you. Yeah, Gray Davis. Gray Davis is a good guy. He got punked. I can tell you that. He was a good guy, though. So anyway, Caitlyn Jenner was among the high-profile candidates. She was leading. And then my boy stepped in and kind of took over. But I guess John Cox, he served with a subpoena during a televised debate. Was served with a subpoena. Wow. What was that subpoena for? John Cox was served with a subpoena and ordered by the judge. The man identified as a private investigator. Okay. Well, he failed to pay for a political advertising firm $100,000 for political ads, attorney fees, and incurred costs from Cox's unsuccessful run for governor in 2018 against Newsom. Oh God. And he got served. Wow, that's bad. That's bad, man. Too bad. Too bad. Let's see here. So I'm gonna go back to this. So Larry is on fire in California. I wish him much luck. Let's see. I'm bracing for, let's see, the mandates. Where is it? Okay. Okay. But I'm trying to figure out. Okay. I'm trying to find this piece where okay. Serena Williams pulled out of U.S. Open. That's too bad. It's not going to be the same Open without Serena there. Smithsonian, racial injustice. Well, I can't find that piece, but we'll figure it out here. We'll figure it out, won't we? Well, we're going to have this evening buttery scallops with lemon and herbs. Buttery scallions, yes. Roasted chicken thighs with cauliflower and hearty yogurt. Oh, that sounds good. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, just saying. I mean, you know, the New York Times has some great recipes, like the one with Persian cucumber and herb yogurt. Oh man, so good. So good. So little time. Oh my God. But look, hang in there. And tomorrow we're going to come back. Going to do the same thing. And give us a call or tune in to Red State Talk Radio and here at YouTube. So thanks again, guys, for listening. You guys did a great job.